All right, good morning to you here. This is the Tuesday, March 7th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. A lot to talk about here. Cold front breezes through here tonight, and then a lot of interest kind of gathering for this weekend storm system. More on that coming up here in just a couple of moments as the video rolls along. There's a look during the 5 o'clock hour from our Greensboro Tower camera this morning. Quiet across the Carolinas. There's a look at the Dowd YMCA camera right there from uptown Charlotte. Much milder this morning than where we were at this point yesterday in many spots. Now, the Charlotte area, in terms of immediately around Charlotte, it's about the same, a little bit warmer. But places like the Triad and the Triangle region is much milder. No 30s and 20s this morning. It's 40s and 50s. These were the final high temperatures yesterday afternoon. Not bad. A lot of cloud cover, but the warming trend underway. Upper 50s and lower 60s yesterday for most Triad area locations around the Charlotte viewing area. Mainly low and mid 60s, although the northern tier of the viewing area was in the upper 50s. These were temperatures this morning. Again, much milder over the Carolinas overall than at this point yesterday. And look at all this warm air getting drawn way north ahead of an incoming cold front. It's 58 degrees in Detroit, Michigan, Chicago 56, 70 in Shreveport, Louisiana, Dallas at 71, 73 in Houston, Texas. Big line of thunderstorms out ahead of this cold front, stretching anywhere from Indiana down into Missouri and Arkansas and Tennessee early this morning. The blue outlined areas, as I cut the video, those are active severe thunderstorm warnings. And boy, there's been a ton of severe weather associated with this system over the past 24 hours. Look at all the storm reports. Very, very active system. And in fact, well over 800 storm reports with that system over the past 24 hours. Now, it's really going to weaken as it approaches our area. The main dynamics way, way off to the north into Canada, so we have a weakening band of rain that rolls in. We could see some showers as soon as late this afternoon, but especially this evening and tonight, some areas of showers roll through the region. Rain amounts do not look overly impressive once you get east of the mountains. There's Futurecast. There is the European rainfall amounts. GFS, similar. So most of us, once you get east of the mountains, probably a quarter inch or less in the rain bucket. Highs today will be mild, and it will be a breezy day, too. Southwest winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour at times. Now, as we get into the day tomorrow, sunshine quickly builds in as that high pressure works in behind the front, that front of Pacific origins. So it is not very cold behind the front. In fact, the mild air just kind of marches on. There's your Wednesday highs. Thursday, plenty of sunshine on the way. There's your Thursday afternoon high temperatures. And still quite mild for Friday. And then we await our weekend storm system, which I'll show you the detailed modeling on this in just a second. But here's the basic idea from the 0Z run of the GFS. Low pressure is trended further south on a lot of the recent model runs. That allows the colder air to press in from the north. And so again, take this with mounds of salt just to show you what the 0Z run of the GFS showed. Put down some snow in the northern half of North Carolina Saturday night into Sunday morning, and so did the European. So let me kind of get into all that here, and I'll show you more on that in just a second. Here's the overall setup on the European model aloft today. And then as we get into the weekend, here's that initial piece of energy around Sunday morning rolling in. Now, let me get you to that point on the other models, then I'll show you all the model representations for this weekend. Here we are this late afternoon and evening, and then overnight tonight on the GFS as this cold front works through. So some showers rolling through, and again, kind of underwhelming, not a big deal. Tomorrow, sunny and quiet. Thursday, sunny and quiet. A little disturbance with a cold front moves through Friday. Precipitation chances Friday very limited, and I think we squeeze in another milder day Friday before the chillier air arrives. Now again, this is the 0Z run of the GFS. Looks like we can probably squeeze in Saturday largely dry, but then quickly Saturday night, the precipitation rolls in. And again, take this with a grain of salt. This is just one run of one model, but this is what the GFS had for Saturday evening, and then overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then there the system goes, exiting on Sunday. So taken at face value, the GFS put out some decent snow amounts. There's the footprint of snow on the GFS. Okay, is it alone? Well, no. Here's the Canadian model. This is valid daybreak Sunday. That initial wave of precipitation moves through. That's Sunday early afternoon. And then a secondary little piece of energy kind of spins up Monday night on the Canadian. And so on the Canadian, you end up with that. in terms of snow totals. Finally, the European. Well, here it comes. This is Daybreak Sunday. Sunday early afternoon, and then that's gone, and it too puts down. I've put a little footprint of snow as I showed you a moment ago. So this is the setup from the hand-drawn charts of the WPC. Similar to the chart I drew for you and showed you earlier in the video. Low pressure moving probably across northern South Carolina. And let me show you the probabilities of a 1 inch of snow from the GFS ensemble of the 0Z run. Those are some pretty decently high probabilities. Looking at the European ensemble, it is in general agreement with the operational run, but this is a pretty anomalous setup, especially considering it's the month of March. So here's the deal. Is there potential to get a little bit of wintry precip, especially in northern North Carolina over the weekend? Yes, but this could very easily trend back to the north. And if you were a betting person, that probably would be the safe bet considering the time of year. But this is not a typical setup. This is an interesting weather setup, and I do think there's potential there for a little bit of winter mischief across especially areas north of I-40, Saturday night into Sunday morning. We will see. Something interesting to watch at least. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.